What's cracklin', everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list. For each episode, we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're going to be doing original shredded wheat. So last episode, we did Wheaties, and what I pictured Wheaties to be is pretty much the same as this, but that turned out to be actually sort of better than I thought, and it's contentious between a C and D right now. I'm filming this before I've posted that video where I'm sort of looking for some input there, so it's somewhere in that range, but I don't expect this to be higher than that, because it being like the flake and a bit more than just a wheat flavor, it was kind of nice, and that's what pushed it to be kind of on the line there. This has neither of those things going for it, so I expect it's just going to be some wheat. But let's find out for certain. What do we got here? All right, looks like you know exactly what it says it is. Smells like wheat. Pretty basic stuff here. But let's see. Will it taste like just wheat, or will there be a bit more to it? Kind of hope there's a bit more. It seems unlikely. Okay. Okay. So, this is kind of just like if Frosted Mini Wheats took out all the frosting. Sort of what this is. So, pretty much exactly what I thought it would be. Similar to Frosted Mini Wheats, these kind of have a bit of crunch at the beginning, but then definitely absorb a decent amount of the milk. So, kind of sogify at a steady pace, but unlike Frosted Mini Wheats, you're not even getting much of a change in taste. It still just tastes like some wheat and milk. So most of the milk has been absorbed by the pieces, so there's not a ton there, but still gotta taste what it is there, see what it's like. Don't expect really much of a change at all, but gotta do it. Yeah, I mean, you can sort of taste the presence of the wheat. Yeah, it's like slightly there, but pretty much is just some milk that wheat was in. That's about it. This is one of those situations where I think my expectation for it in my head was pretty spot on. So I wouldn't say it disappointed me, but I wouldn't really say I'm happy with it either. So, as you can tell, I'm not really a huge fan of this. It really is just some wheat, and that's pretty much it. Which, again, I kind of expected, but it doesn't really bring much to the bowl at all. So, it's, not really doing it for me. So, what I'm going to do is give original shredded wheat an E. It really is pretty much just you took Frosted Mini Wheats, removed the frosting and any sort of flavor, and just had the biscuit there. And that's usually kind of the weakest part of that. So while there have been bland cereals that have gotten a D before, this being in the same rank, Frosted Mini Wheats, doesn't feel right. And even this with some of the other base sort of blandish cereals we've done, I think this would go below those two. So that's kind of the thinking of how this is going to end up at an E. And kind of like the taste, there's not a ton of positives with the texture either. Like you got that bit of crunch at the beginning, which is, pretty all right. But then they do that thing where they absorb all the milk, and it's that weird, like, wet wheat sort of thing that I've mentioned before. And it just, doesn't do it for me there either. So all around, just kind of a meh, but pretty low meh. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is if you find there's too much flavor in Frosted Mini Wheats, this might be for you, but that seems unlikely that someone would feel that way. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've got some strong feelings about original shredded wheat here. Obviously, not really my thing, but I'm sure it is someone's thing. So if you would like to defend original shredded wheat, feel free to do so in the comments. Maybe convince me of the merits it holds. But otherwise, if you're kind of just like me and thought it was meh, you can, agree with me instead and say, yes, I agree in the comments. But until next time, stay delicious.